Hello there, I'm Scotty Yornat. Welcome back to the Tomorrowverse review, excuse me. Different verse, same as the first. We're looking at Batman, The Long Halloween Part 1. I know they're all technically one film, but if I put this one in, I'm going to forget certain things. So I'm doing them one at a time. If I had the special edition that has both, like I do for the Death and Return of Superman, then yeah, I would have do it all at once. But we're doing Part 1 this time, so yeah. So the plot of this film is that there is a mysterious killer on the loose, killing people associated with the mob, specifically Carmine Falcone, whose name they say wrong this entire damn movie, and it is so frustrating. Only one person calls him Falcone. The rest of the people in this movie call him Falcone. That's not his name. There's Maroni and Falcone. They're both in this movie, so you have Maroni Falcone. It sounds like I'm gonna have some macaroni, for God's sake. What? It's Falcone. It's always Falcone. You don't pronounce the E. Yes. So Batman is on the case to try to figure out who this killer is, and they kill once a month, basically on every holiday. So it starts on Halloween. That's why it's called the Long Halloween. And I was confused at first. It starts on Halloween. The first murder starts on Halloween, and I'm like, wait, it starts? Huh? And then we keep going, and I went, wait, this doesn't take place all on Halloween? I thought Long Halloween meant it's a long night on Halloween. It's to be a long night because all these murders are happening. But then we go Halloween, and then we get to Thanksgiving, and that's why I'm sitting here going, wait, what? And then we get to Christmas and New Year's, and I'm just like, oh, okay. This is the meaning of Long Halloween. Mean the murder started on Halloween, so it's gonna be a long. I don't know. I gotta point out some casting here. Jensen Ackles, my boy Jensen Ackles from Supernatural, voicing Batman here. It's about damn time. It all leads back to the episode Bad Day at Black Rock, where he throws the remote control, hits the guy, knocks him out. I'm Batman. Yeah, you're Batman. He is now. That's right, Batman. People want him to be in James Gunn's DCU Batman. I think that could work because they're going for an older one. He's in his late 40s. That could work. Although people are pointing for Glenn Campbell, who I think would be too young for the Damian Wayne storyline. I'm just saying. I think that would be too young for the Damian Wayne storyline. He's younger than me. He's 35. Little young, I think. You know? Jensen, I think, would be good age for that. But anyway. And Catwoman, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, I didn't realize that. I recognized her. I'm like, that voice. I know that voice. I looked it up. It's Naya Rivera, which is another Glee connection for Darren Criss and Matt Bomer, but also she passed away in 2020, presumably when they were doing these doing the audio for this. I don't know if she's in the next one or not. She's on the cover. It looks like Poison Ivy and Scarecrow is in there. So yeah. Although Grundy's on here and he's not on here. I mean, he's not there either. So yeah. We'll start with a guy named Viti who is murdered horribly. And a pumpkin is left behind. And a pistol. So leaving the weapons behind. I don't know. So a meeting is arranged on the top of the GCPD building between Batman, the Batman, sure, because you don't know, the Batman was somewhat based on the Long Halloween, and I can see the influence with this. I can see the influence. It was mostly Riddler for that, and not Holiday, as they call him here. So, yeah. But yeah, that's the only Batman shirt I have, unfortunately. I used to have a yellow one. That one got all ripped. So then I had a black one too. That one got ripped too. But what are you gonna do? So I was surprised at how little Joker actually is in this movie. He's up front and center, right? But it's mostly Falcone as the villain. So he's looking around. Well, technically Holiday, as they call him, is the villain. So he's the one. But yeah, and I was confused at first because I'm like, okay, so the villain's obviously Calendar Man. If it's but then in the middle of the film, the middle of this part, I should say, they go and visit Calendar Man in Arkham, and I'm like, oh, they're doing something. Is it secretly the Joker? And then they're like, oh, Joker escaped from Arkham. I'm like, okay, then who is it? Then they point out it's Alfonso, I think it's his name, Carmine's kid. I'm like, of course it's him. Shot by Holiday and killed. Who is this? I'm sitting there by the end of this, like freaking Conor McGregor going, who the fuck is this guy? Because I am just so confused. Who are you? It is baffling to me. I thought I had it. I'm like, oh. And at one point they kind of try to point you towards Harvey Dent. I do not think that's who it is. Well, because hello, if he's gonna be Two-Face, he can't be Holiday. Although that would be an interesting twist. And by the way, they do also tease it. At one point, he comes home to his wife, whose name is Gilda. That's not a good name. Sorry, anyone named Gilda. I apologize to Lady Gilda Radner if she can't hear me, but maybe she can. Maybe not, brother. Gilda's not a good name. Gilda, no. Like Geraldine, that's not a name. And I hear that, and I think of Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension. What's your bear's name? Is it Geraldine? What little girl would name her Bear Geraldine? But no, Gilda. And so he comes back after the working the case, and they go inside, and there's an explosion. And then you don't see half of his face when he's in the hospital. Then they say, oh, Harvey escaped from the hospital, and when they show him only from this side when Gordon goes to talk to him, and then he turns, and there's nothing wrong with him. Tease! What a tease! It's like, oh, this is how he becomes. Nope. It's interesting. I would like to know if there was anyone who watched this before the other part came out, or if they waited till both parts came out. It's gonna be the same way with Crash on Infinite Earths. But if you waited to this, then you're kind of in the same ball game. You're seeing this, and you're thinking, okay, he's gonna become Two-Face at some point. But then it doesn't happen when they tease it. Like an explosion. No, here it is. That doesn't happen. His wife's gonna be dead. He's gonna have that. No, they're both perfectly fine. No scars. They escaped just fine. Harvey's in the hospital, but he looks like he's got minimal damage done to him. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and that was. So that time passes, another person dies on. That was on Thanksgiving? Well, no, the Thanksgiving thing. Someone else dies on Thanksgiving. This is just because that wasn't Calendar, or that wasn't a Calendar Man. That wasn't Holiday. That was Falcone setting a bomb, and then they kind of tried to pair them together, but it doesn't make any sense, And then they saw that Alfonso, the son, sent a card to Gilda saying it's flowers and a card saying best wishes, Falcone. He says it was to throw him off. To me, I think that would incriminate them. You know what I mean? It makes them like you send it. If he honestly thought he was gonna try to keep them off the tail, if I'm sitting there after an explosion and I get that from Falcone, to me that seems like a calling card. Like him saying, "Hey, we tried to blow you up. Wink, wink. Don't cross us." Right? Of course, they also point the finger at Maroni for this, and the voice of Alfred, is that the same one who did the? I've got to look it up. We did the voice on The Batman, the animated series The Batman, because it sounds similar. He's really good. Yeah, and then, so yeah, they go to see. Batman goes to see Calendar Man. That's when they find out the Joker's escaped. They have villains. So the villains in here, you have the Joker who escapes from Arkham. Catwoman slings around. She's playing the femme fatale anti-heroine character in this. Essentially like her character was, in The Batman. She's there, but there hasn't been any mention of, like, Falcone being her father. I wasn't a big fan of that, so hopefully that's not... Maybe that's in the comics, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of that whole thing from The Batman, so maybe that's not here, I don't know. Looking at him. Solomon Grundy shows up. There's one point, that's who it is. This Asian guy that was the one who blew up the thing. Blew up the house, the Dent's house. He is the next one to be killed, but he is chased by Batman down into the sewer where Solomon Grundy is just living there. And Solomon Grundy, mostly just grunts. But of course, he says the signature thing. Born on a Monday. We get it. We get it. Yeah, we get it. Yep. It says it a couple times here. But yeah. And then it all kind of comes together on this yacht. On New Year's Eve. Yep, they're having a party on a yacht on New Year's Eve when it is snowing. Fucking rich people. I don't know. I don't even know if that's rich people. I think it's just stupid. That is stupid. Why would you... Like, you're out there and people are just wearing regular suits. I would be freezing. It's snowing. Joker comes in with a freaking plane, so Bruce has to duck out. He's there as Bruce Wayne. And, like, we do find out that Thomas Wayne had a connection to... Some connection to Falcone. I don't know what. Some connection. And, could it be why they died? I don't know. But, I don't know. Maybe they'll tell us more about that. And so, he brings Bruce Wayne up to kind of say, hey, I like to bring him into my family. Because his dad was, like, family to me or something like that. And you see that Alfonso is very angry at this. We do get some backstory, and I wonder if this... I think I figured out the connection, but I don't want to point it out. So, maybe I will. Maybe it's a theory. A Scotty theory. Sorry, Matt Pat. So, the beginning of this, on Halloween, when Dent comes home, his wife is sitting there. She's all kind of pouty, and he goes, did you have any kids? And she goes, what? And I'm like, that means she's pregnant. And I'm waiting this whole movie for her to say it. And then at one point, he brings it up. He's like, you and I, we can settle down. We can have kids. I can't. Well, maybe you can't that way, the normal way, but we can find there are other ways. And I'm like, okay, so she can't have kids. Then Alfonso puts out this story. He mentioned a fiance earlier. And here, he pretty much tells Batman, hey, or is it Bruce? Same thing, but not to him. That he was engaged and she was pregnant, but his dad didn't approve. I don't know. Was it... My theory is it's Gilda, but I don't know. But if she was pregnant and Gilda can't have kids, never mind. That doesn't make any sense. Gilda can't have kids, and if she was never mind. My brain's so stupid. His fiance was pregnant. Gilda can't have kids. That's like trying to put the triangle block or the square block in a triangle hole. It won't work. So never mind. I'm stupid. It was a theory, but it's stupid. It's not. Stupid. So yeah, Batman takes down Joker, but then Holiday shows up to kill Alfonso. And I like how they don't show it because it's PG-13, but he shoots him. He falls into the. They do this pretty good throughout of it. He shoots him. He falls into the river, and then you see the propellers, and it gets red around the propellers underneath the boat. They did that earlier, where the first guy, Vidi, I think his name was, he was in the bathtub, and you hear a gunshot, and then the water just starts to turn red around him. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, this was... Do I want to rate it? That's my confusion here. Because do I want to wait until part 2? Because it's one whole story. I don't want to... Maybe I will wait. It's a to be continued. I will give my rating when I do part 2, which will also be today, hopefully. Yeah, I'll give my rating then. I should do it today because I gotta do it back to back so I can... I'm Batman. So that I can... But yeah, and Troy Blake... medicine. Troy Baker does the voice of the Joker. Why is it... So everyone knows that Mark Hamill is the best animated Joker. So why does every other version of the Joker try to be that Joker? Like, he's basically this Joker. Even the same laugh. It's basically the same voice. The only one that really differed for me was Kevin Michael Richardson from The Batman. Because he has a very deep voice. But even then, he's still trying to do the same thing, but with his deep voice. Hello, Batman! Basically, but he's pretty good. Underrated Joker, in my opinion. But yeah, I'll try to do that voice. Because when you think of the Joker, it's like Dracula, right? When you think Dracula, you think, good evening. The creatures of the night. What music they make. You think Bela Lugosi. Right? And that's where that comes from. So every Dracula variant, there I go, speaking Marvel again. Every version of Dracula, you're thinking that. So they'll have like an accent, except for other versions that want to be different, like the Gary Oldman one. He doesn't outright do that voice. And then you have Gerard Butler, an underrated Dracula film, Dracula 2000. They change things. But, yeah. I think this works as the first part. The bonus episodes on this were from Batman the Animated Series. Christmas with the Joker. Fits with the theme. Joker's in it. And Christmas is in this. And then, Never Too Late. I'm not sure if I remember that one. I'll put it on and be like, oh yeah, this one. By the way, I'm planning on doing these bonus episodes as retro rewinds in the future. Because a few of these, so what do we got? So no, that's the wrong one. Okay, Superman Man Tomorrow has The Main Man. I don't know if I've ever watched that two-parter, so we'll see. Legends, I have watched that one. I have lots of thoughts. And then these two. I've already done Christmas with the Joker, actually. Last year for Christmas. So that one I don't have to do, but it's never too late. We'll see which ones. I have a feeling, and here's a prediction. I haven't looked yet. I have a feeling because of who's on the cover. It's going to be the two-part Two-Face episode. Two-Face is what it's called. So I have a feeling that's what it's going to be. So we shall see. But yeah, so again, not going to do the rating here. I'm going to do an overall rating in part 2. So this is a decent first part. So what are your thoughts on Batman The Long Halloween Part 1? Leave a comment below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.